Your Dodge Theater presents, in cooperation with the American National Theater and Academy, Showtime U.S.A.
Here's the real lowdown on why the rabbit lost the race with the tortoise.
Well, to be honest, I stopped to see the new Dodge. The sensational new 1951 Dodge that has new extra spaciousness inside, yet retains the sleek, low, compact exterior lines that have made Dodge famous. It's bigger, higher, wider, and longer on the inside. Lots of headroom, elbow room, leg room. Plenty of room for your whole family. Even room for my whole family. Yes, you ride in roomy comfort in the big new Dodge, uncrowded and relaxed on knee-level seats that give full support all the way from the hip to the knee. And oh, by the way, the new Dodge has plenty of luggage space, too. In fact, enough room for all my in-laws. If you're a big family man like me, better get a Dodge.
Last year's New Year's Eve, we had two girls on our show whose comedy brought hundreds of letters asking us to return for a return engagement. But unfortunately for us, unfortunately for them, their particular brand of humor is so popular that it hasn't been until now that we've been able to bring them back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, those two musical comedy stars, Betty and Jane Kean.
Good, you can stop bowing now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be back on Showtime USA once again. Elizabeth, that's her maiden name. Wouldn't you like to say something this evening about all this?
I refuse to answer on the grounds it may cremate me. I've been reading a lot about television.
Wait a minute, Betty. Oh. Don't mind her. She has a headache. Go take a St. Joseph aspirin. Come right back here. Folks, this being a show based entirely on show business, my sister Betty has written a show about vaudeville, and we thought we might like to try it out on you this evening. You got the script, Dagmar? Yes. Thank you very large. Now, it says here the entire production was written, staged, produced, choreographed, directed, lit by Betty Kean. I'm Jane Keane. I hope you remember that during this entire upper, see? Don't hold it against me. All right. Now, she calls this the cavalcade of show business. That's right. Now, it says here, of all the acts in the show, first I choose the lovely girl who sings the blues. Try it, Betty. Let's go. I've got a man, but he don't treat me right. Sing it, sister, sing it, kid, go on, sing it. I've got a man, but he don't have all the places, north and south, and east is what I love to leave. I've got a man, but he don't treat me. She'll never join the social world because she's such a homely girl.
Let me see my play. I don't remember right now. Oh, yes, you got it. Go on with it.
Is that the finish?
I bet you're sorry. You were having a terrific time with my song.
I was really enjoying it. Says here, of all the parts that have ever been played, I like best the showgirl on parade. You're the flower in the bottom of my garden. You're the violet that's slowly turning blue. Like a flower in the bottom of my garden. Oh, you pretty flower, I love you. Oh, you pretty, pretty flower, I love you. It says here now that no vaudeville bill is quite complete without something that's original.
So we'd like to give a few imitations.
Yeah.
What? No?
What'd you say? What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The first one will be that of Miss Ethel Merman and Russell Knight in the scene from Call Me Madam. Call Me Madam. You don't need analyzing, 'cause it's not so surprising to feel very strange but nice. Your heart goes pitter-patter, I know just what's the matter, 'cause I've been there once or twice. The head on the shoulder, needs someone who's older, rub down on velvet glove. can say to relieve that pleasant day. You're not sick, you're just in love. Our next impression will be a scene from the wonderful picture Sunset Boulevard. For those of you who saw it, you'll recall that Gloria Swanson played the part of an actress who had long since passed her prime, which is a perfect part for my sister. That's why we like to do this so much. Now, as the scene opens, she speaks, if she can make it. Here she is, Miss Norma Desperate.
I'm not old. I make a comeback. I'm not old. I'm not old. I know what I'll do. What? I'll have my face lifted. I'll dye my hair. I'll get slim. I'll get slim. Slim, I wish you'd have been at the rehearsal. We had a bit together. If that's not enough, I'll shorten my ears. I'll shorten my eyebrows. I'll shorten my hair. Because man with me, it'll be but all I need is one picture like Boulevard Eve with Betty Davis. Change of characters. Okay, I'll be Betty Davis, okay?
Peter, darling, I'm so nervous I'm ready to pop. And you know why? I'll tell you why.
Why? Oh, sorry.
It's because of our marriage, Peter. It isn't working, and neither are you. Oh, but that's irrelevant immaterial, darling, because for the past 6 weeks there's been a strange young girl standing outside my dressing room. Ask her to come in, Peter. I'd like to find out who she is. Oh, isn't she sweet? Such a darling girl. So young, so adorable. Oh, isn't she sweet? Well, you're not that young. Come here, child. Tell me, who are you? What's your name?
My name is Eve.
Eve, and you'd like to be an actress?
Yes, I'd love to be an actress.
Where'd you get your experience, Eve?
In the Garden of Eden.
Just a moment, Eve. I don't think I recall that show.
Well, it didn't run long. We were all rated.
Oh, that's a clever one. You can't do that to me. Let's forget your play. Let's do something that we did in a show called Call Me Mister. This is a little Spanish number, so being that it's in Spanish, I'm going to sing the English lyrics tonight, and the Spanish ones will be sung by my chic, adorable, attractive, darling, and older sister. Now, I'm going to start out, you see, and she studied Spanish in Spain during the Spanish-American War. Therefore, I thought it would be kind of fun if we would do it this way, because you never know what's going to happen. It would be very nice for me to gather here tonight, because my mother said that it's a... Snake pit. Come here. Now, do you understand what you're going to do?
Spanish part of the song.
All right. Oh, your Maybelline eyeshadow is running. Oh, okay. Go on now. Put the hat on. We'll get rid of it. Strange fruit. Now, Tutti Frutti, do you know what you're going to do?
A Spanish part of the song.
That's right. I'll start out the newcomer. You know when, won't you?
All right.
Would you give me my note, Jose Disturbing? Mercy Bucket. Take back your samba, your rumba, your conga. I can't keep dancing to this rumble any longer.
Is that all I do in the whole thing?
Maybe Latin, in the middle, stronger.
I don't like my part.
But all the shaking with the shaking and the taking to the quaking leaves me aching.
Oh,
First you dance around and settle here. Then you dance around and settle there. Then you dance around and settle here. That's enough, bring it back, my fine darling. There's the change of the light and the back of my sack roll with the echo make and head take back your summer. Hey, number. Like a big number. Forgot my words. I hear the rocking of the rockers and the knocking of the knockers in my carcass. Over! So while the neighborly relations, all these faces, gyrations, time of hate. Over! Since I became a Latin daughter, something's out of order down below the border. Oi, babe, South America! Take them away!
Thank you, Buddy and Jane Kean. You know, folks, this is the time of year when we all like to get out in our cars and get out on the highway and do a little exploring of the countryside. And of course, it's the time of year when we find detours and chuck holes that give us quite a jouncing. So listen to what our friend Ted Bennett, the man representing the engineering department, the men who design and build those great Dodge cars, has to say about driving over rough roads.
Well, Vinton, you may find a lot of rough going in the country, but you'll find plenty no matter where you drive. What with roads under repair and roads that should be under repair,
but you'll notice them far less when you drive this 1951 Dodge. And here is the reason why. This Oriflow shock absorber. Now, it looks like any shock absorber, but it's what it does that counts. To give you an idea of what Oriflow can do, I want to show you a movie of a car without Oriflow, a car incidentally costing more than Dodge. Now, watch this poor fellow in the back seat as this car takes these ruts and bumps. He's lucky he's riding in an open car. He'd be knocking himself out against the top. He doesn't look like he's enjoying the ride anyway. Now I want to show you the same man. There he is, going down the same road at the same speed in a 1951 Dodge with Oriflow shock absorbers. What a difference. No jounce or bounce. No wonder one of our engineers has said that Oriflow was the greatest development in riding comfort since springs were invented. If you find these pictures hard to believe, just try it yourself. Any Dodge dealer will be glad to give you the Magic Mile ride to show you what Oriflow can do. And Oriflow is just one of the many extra value features your Dodge dealer can show you. So stop in and see him. Look at the complete line of Dodge models, like this handsome and useful Dodge Sierra station wagon. Your Dodge dealer can prove you could pay up to $1,000 more for a car and still not get all the advanced engineering, the riding comfort, and the rugged dependability of this beautiful 1951 Dodge. Buy a Dodge, and 100,000 miles from now, you will still say, can't beat Dodge for dependability.
Remember, this is National Car Safety Check Month, and to check accidents over the summer holidays, drive carefully, be alert. The life you save may be your own. The Importance of Being Earnest, a thoroughly delightful comedy by Oscar Wilde. Now, to those of us in the theater, it's always a great favorite. Directors are constantly urging producers to revive it, and actors and actresses want to play it, and for a very good reason, because it's always successful. Now, tonight, we're going to do the proposal scene between Mr. Worthing and Gwendolen, and the scene between Mr. Worthing and the formidable Lady Bracknell, in which the latter questions the former's eligibility for marriage. Now, to play Mr. Worthing, we're very privileged to have the popular leading man of theater and motion pictures, the star of The Barretts of Wimple Street and St. Joan, to mention just two of his plays, Mr. Brian Aherne. And Lady Bracknell, we have one of Broadway's most accomplished character actresses, Miss Viola Roach. And for Gwendolen, well, the lovely little Miss Miriam Stovall. Now, I'll just step to my left and set the scene for Brian Aherne, Viola Roach, and Miriam Stovall in a scene from The Importance of Being Earnest. Now, let's leave the stress and strains of this atomic age and go back to the genteel concerns of an earlier era, to the fashionable London of 1895, when dowagers carried lorgnettes, and when well-turned-out gentlemen wore watch fobs, and pert and proper young ladies poked holes in the air with pretty parasols. Now, our scene takes place in the drawing room of a flat on Half Moon Street. She is in the next room. He is just about to propose marriage to her.
Marriage, Mr. Worthing?
Well, surely. You know that I love you, and you've led me to believe, Miss Fairfax, that you were not absolutely indifferent to me.
I adore you. But you haven't proposed yet. Nothing at all has been said about marriage. The subject has not even been touched on.
Well, may I propose to you now?
I think it would be an admirable opportunity. And to spare you any possible disappointments, Mr. Worthing, I think it only fair to tell you quite frankly in advance that I am fully determined to accept you.
Gwendolen.
Yes, Mr. Worthing, what have you got to say to me?
Oh, you know what I've got to say to you.
Yes, but you don't say it.
Gwendolen, will you marry me?
Of course I will, darling. How long you've been about it? I'm afraid you've had very little experience in how to propose.
My own one. I've never loved anyone in the world but you.
Yes, but men often propose for practice. I know my brother Gerald does. All my girlfriends tell me so. What wonderfully blue eyes you have in it. They are quite blue. I hope you will always look at me just like that, especially when there are other people present.
Mr. Worthing, Rise, sir, from this semi-recumbent posture. It is most indecorous.
Mamma, I must beg you to retire. This is no place for you. Besides, Mr. Wedding is not quite finished yet.
Finished what, may I ask?
I am engaged to be married to Mr. Wedding, Mamma.
Pardon me, you are not engaged to anyone. When you do become engaged to someone, I, or your father, should his health permit him, will inform you of the fact. An engagement should come upon a young girl as a surprise, pleasant or unpleasant as the case may be. It is hardly a matter she should be allowed to arrange for herself. And now, Mr. Worthing, I have a few questions to put to you. While I am making these inquiries, you, Gwendolen, will wait for me below in the carriage.
Mamma.
In the carriage, Gwendolen. Gwendolen, the carriage.
Yes, Mamma.
You may take a seat, Mr. Worthing.
Oh, thank you, Lady Bracknell. I prefer standing.
I feel bound to tell you that your name is not down on my list of eligible young men, though I have the same list as the dear Duchess of Bath has. However, I am perfectly willing to add your name if your answer should be what a really affectionate mother requires. Do you smoke?
Well, yes, I must admit I smoke.
I'm glad to hear it. A man should always have an occupation of some kind. Yes. There are far too many idle men in London as it is. How old are you?
34.
A very good age to be married at. I'm of the opinion that when a man desires to get married, he should either know everything or nothing. Which do you know?
I know nothing, Lady Bracknell.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear it. I do not approve of tampering with natural ignorance. Ignorance is like a delicate, exotic fruit. Touch it, and the bloom is gone. What is your income?
Between 7,000 and 8,000 a year.
In land or in investments?
Oh, in investments chiefly.
That is satisfactory.
What
with the duties expected of one during one's lifetime, and the duties exacted from one after one's death, land has ceased to be a profit or a pleasure. It gives one position and prevents one from keeping it up. That's all that can be said about land.
I have a country house with some land, of course, attached to it. About 1,500 acres, I believe, but I don't depend on that for my real income. As far as I can see, the poachers are the only people who make anything out of it.
A country house? How many bedrooms? Well, we can go into that afterwards. You have a townhouse, I hope. A girl with a simple, unspoiled nature like Gwendolen could hardly be expected to reside in the country.
Well, I own a house in Belgrave Square, but it's let by the year to Lady Bloxham. Of course, I can get it back whenever I like, at 6 months' notice.
Lady Bloxham, I don't know her.
Oh, she goes about very little. She's a lady considerably advanced in years.
Nowadays, that is no guarantee of respectability of character.
Oh.
What number in Belgrave Square?
149.
The unfashionable side. I was afraid there was something. However, that could easily be altered.
Do you mean the fashion or the side?
Both, if necessary, I presume.
Oh.
What are your politics?
Well, I'm afraid I really have none. I'm a liberal unionist.
Oh, they dine with us, or come in the evening at any rate. And now, to minor matters. Are your parents living?
I have lost both my parents.
Both? That seems like carelessness. Who was your father? He was evidently a man of some wealth. Was he born in what the radical papers call the purple of commerce? Or did he rise from the ranks of the aristocracy?
Well, I'm afraid I really don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I said I had lost both my parents, but it would be nearer the truth to say that they seem to have lost me. I don't know exactly who I am by birth. I was, I was found.
Found?
Yes, the late Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman of very charitable and kindly disposition, found me. and gave me the name of Worthing because he happened to have a first-class ticket for Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a place in Sussex. It's a seaside resort.
Where did this charitable gentleman with a first-class ticket for this seaside resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, I was in a handbag, a somewhat large black leather handbag with handles to it, an ordinary handbag, in fact.
In what locality did this Mr. James or Thomas Cardew come across this ordinary handbag?
In the cloakroom at Victoria Station. It was given to him in mistake for his own.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes, the Brighton line.
The line is immaterial. Mr. Worthing, I confess I feel somewhat bewildered by what you have just told me. To be born, or at any rate bred, in a handbag, whether it had handles or not, seems to me to display a contempt for the ordinary decencies of family life that remind one of the worst excesses of the French Revolution. And I presume you know what that unfortunate movement led to?
Yes.
As for the particular locality in which the handbag was found, a cloakroom at a railway station might serve to conceal a social indiscretion, has probably indeed been used for that purpose before now. But it could hardly be regarded as an assured basis for a recognized position in good society.
Well, then, may I ask you what you would advise me to do? I need hardly say that I would do anything in the world to ensure Gwendolyn's happiness.
I would strongly advise you, Mr. Worthing, to try and inquire some relations as soon as possible, and to make a definite effort to produce at any rate one parent of either sex before the season is quite over.
Well, I don't see how I can possibly manage to do that. Oh, I can produce the handbag at any moment. It's in my dressing room at home. I'm sure that ought to satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me, sir? What has it to do with me? You can hardly imagine that I and Lord Bracknell would dream of allowing our only daughter, a girl brought up with the utmost delicacy, to marry into a cloakroom and form an alliance with a parcel? Good morning, Mr. Worthing.
Good morning.
To all of you throughout the country, the name the American National Theatre and Academy must now be familiar. This organization, chartered by the Congress of the United States, stands ready to serve you in your local theatre needs. If you want to establish living theatre in your town or community, if your present theatre group needs counsel or advice, well, even if you plan the erection of a new playhouse, call on us. It's our job to be of help, and it's our job to have the answer to your problems, whatever they may be. Next week on Showtime U.S.A.
Your Dodge dealer presents Vinton Freedley, Georgia Gibbs, Irwin Corey, and Charles Coburn in the scene from Carl Allensworth's Village Green. This is Showtime USA.
Our special thanks this week to Arneo Hall, Betty and Jane Kean, Ryan Aherne, Viola Roach, and Miriam Scoville.
The preceding program, originally telecast by ABC in New York, has come to you by special video recording. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.